Hello everyone and welcome to Art Chat. I'm Marge Lee and today we're in the art studio to chat with several artists whose works are on display here. The exhibition is called Shell Point Scenes and the first artist up is David Tompkins. Let's go chat with him now. David, here we are in front of your charming works. Tell us a little bit about them.
These are three fast sketches done at the Friday market. It's actually plein air. They were done on location. I was standing up. It's a pen drawing and then a little bit of watercolor on top. And they were fun to do.
Well, they're just charming. And you were telling me that you made prints of these and gave them to the people?
I did, and everybody thought that was a great idea. The guitarist said he's going to use it for his first album cover.
How fun. Read for us what you've written here on it.
20-minute sketches at the Friday market. A colorful, busy scene with fine music and good fragrances.
You know, I have never been able to be there when the guitar player has been there, and this is making me think I want to be there
It's
next time.
every other week.
Is it? Okay. Yeah. All right. So for everybody, we hope this will encourage people to come to the Friday market and enjoy these things directly. So thank you for this charming work.
You're more than welcome. It was fun.
Well, here we are with Renee Chastain. And Renee, this is quite an iconic scene at Shell Point. Talk a little bit about it.
As a relatively new resident of Shell Point, I was just so amazed when I saw that at holiday season, they had a floating Christmas tree in the lagoon on the island. I thought it was so fabulous. And every year, for years, I've painted an image that I used as a Christmas card. And I thought that would be a terrific idea for a card.
And what is the medium here?
The medium is watercolor. It's all watercolor. And I chose to paint it at sunrise because besides it's hard to paint it at night with watercolor, I thought sunrise was a really pretty time.
You did this in the studio, correct?
Yes.
Have you actually been to the tree lightings?
Through the marvels of television.
Well, it's really a wonderful work, and I think the time of day really gives it a lot of interest. So thank you very much for this.
Thank you.
Here we are with Jan van Leer, and tell us about your work, Jan.
This was painted in watercolors back in 2011, and it was done not too long after I had first learned a little bit about painting, because when I came to Shell Point, I had never painted before. But
really?
early in that year, I learned about a class being given by Phil Hilton on watercoloring. I took it, and I enjoyed it, and I painted a number of watercolors since this is one of them. I don't paint in real life. I take photos. This is a painting done by a photo that I took.
And tell everybody where this is.
Well, this is on the island, and the building has recently been given a new roof, so it doesn't look like this anymore.
So it's a bit of a historical document now.
It is a historical document. I like to paint, but I'm not a serious painter, but I do a little bit here and there every now and then. I also sometimes make the frames for my paintings as well. We have a wonderful wood shop here, and making the frames as well as the paintings themselves is fun.
Did you make this frame?
This happens not to be one of them.
Okay. Have you sat in the gazebo since they have the rocking chairs?
I've been in it, yes.
It's a wonderful place.
It is, yes.
Well, thank you for sharing it with us and your wonderful painting.
You're welcome.
Linda Gardell, tell us about this lovely scene. Some people at the island will recognize this.
Yes, I'm sure. I have painted Gaz's garden. I don't even know his full name, but he has a beautiful garden. Every year he takes it out in the spring. Then it comes back again as a different garden, but always gorgeous. He knows just how to put the plants in large, medium, small, and some are rough and some are tall and thin, and they all blend together beautifully.
It's Goslin.
Gaz Goslin, that's his name.
So this was taken of his garden this year,
Yes,
is that correct?
I've done one every year. I'm just amazed how he can get like potato vine not to spread out all over the earth and take over the whole garden. He must be a master gardener.
Well, he actually was a florist
Oh,
when he was working during his career, and he is a wonderful gardener. And I don't know, I hope everyone can see the charming little touch here. There's a bird bath with a little bird poised on it.
and every year he puts that there.
And sometimes moves it a bit,
Slightly
I think.
different
but-
place,
exactly.
but he always has that, and the back, this back here, hedge, which is,
What is this, watercolor?
this is watercolor.
Was it difficult to do with all the different patches of color?
It took me quite a while, and I'm never quite happy, so next year I will do another one of his garden probably. Not of mine, mine kind of looks all scruffy.
How long have you been painting Gaz's gardens?
This is the third year.
And has he seen them?
No,
Oh no, well he will now.
yes.
Well, it's a lovely garden. Many people enjoy this garden, and so thank you for sharing it with us today.
Thank you.
Phil Hilton, I think this is one of the most iconic scenes at Shell Point. Tell us what we're looking at here.
We're looking at the Clock Plaza. It's one spot in Shell Point that almost everyone identifies with, partly because it's near the bus stop. It's also right outside of the Crystal Room. But I painted this in a composition you would call a tunnel composition, where you're looking through darkness out into light. I've painted watercolor since I was a little kid for a hobby. Always been my avocation, and I'm so happy at Shell Point to have the opportunity to work with other artists and continue what I love to do the most.
And you're a teacher here.
Yes, I do. I have a watercolor group every Wednesday, and I teach occasional academy classes. This is actually done years ago. I've lived here almost 16 years, and this is probably 10 years ago. This, along with 8 or 10 others, there's some others right around here that are in the group, were painted by myself to create note cards and greeting cards for the gift shop. And it's been popular because people can send these to their friends and relatives and say, this is where we live. And this, of course, is one of the most identifiable spots. So
Absolutely.
I'm humbled and flattered that it was chosen to be recognized, but I really think there's some other deserving works here. Too bad more can't be seen that way.
Tell me about the figure in here. Is that somebody?
Well, actually, it's not a person that I know, but I just thought that the scene was a little stagnant without some evidence of life going on. That and the fountain, which, if you know, is out there. I think this was a previous fountain to the one we have today, but that's always been a fountain spot and a spot of beauty.
Well, it beautifully captures, I think, the whole atmosphere and mood of this lovely spot.
Thank you. Obviously, you're a great art critic if you like it.
Thank you, Phil Hilton.
Thank you.